Hello and welcome to my iPad, where we are going to attempt to learn how to use some spreadsheet functions here on the iPad. First off, there we go. I'm going to go over here and look at page 179, problem number 11. Part of this was done in class, but we're going to look at how to figure out the rest of it using a spreadsheet. Part A here says write a spreadsheet formula to compute the down payment in cell C2. I'm going to explain all of that, and the other parts asked to fill in the rest of the calculations needed in this spreadsheet. So I'm going to show you how to get started in this video, and then you'll have a chance to work on this for homework, and I will show another video with the final answers. Going over here to iTunes U. Now it's misbehaving again. Come on and load. All right. Over here under posts. For Thursday, January 29th, if you're a Blue Day student, or Tuesday, February 3rd, if you are a Silver Day student, I have posted here a spreadsheet where I've already filled in some of the information, so you don't have to do all of it. Clicking on that opens up an image of it, not the numbers file itself. I need to, in the upper right hand corner here, share this with the app Numbers. Now, Numbers appears on my list, but it did not originally. What I needed to do was go over here to the More button and click on that, and you can see that the order of the apps available can be changed over here on the right hand side of the screen by picking up one of these little 3-line dealies, and I can move the order of which apps I have to open with. Find Numbers in this list and move it to the top, or at least near the top. You might have other apps that you want in there. Once it's near the top, press Done, and then in this list you will find Numbers. Open in Numbers, the picture of the graph. Do that, and now it will launch the app Numbers sometime. There we go. And it will insert a brand new spreadsheet. See the second one right next to Create Spreadsheet with the name that is a bunch of gobbledygook. It should have the current time. So looking at that, I want you to click on that to open it. And it takes a minute, but now we have all kinds of ability to manipulate this spreadsheet. I've already done a lot of the data entry for you so that you don't have to do that. Please notice up at the top of the page it says, mine says MAFZOGK. That doesn't mean anything to me. I'm going to change that. I'm going to try to change that. There we go. By tapping on it, on the name, and erasing the random string of characters that's there, I want you to put in your name. Don't put in my name. I'm putting in my name, but don't put in my name. Put in your name. And then homework. This is page 179. And this is problem 11. See how I've changed the title of this spreadsheet? When you send this to me, either via email or by uploading it to eBackpack, I need to know whose homework I'm looking at. So make sure you have your name on there, and make sure you have the page number and the problem number. Anyway, now let's look at what we've got. Over here we've got a purchase price of $1,200. Notice that I've already formatted it for currency to be in dollars and cents. However, I don't necessarily need those 0.00s there. This is just to show you how this works. What I've done is by grabbing the lower right hand dot I can change what I'm highlighting. I don't want to highlight all of these columns, just the first column, the data that's in there. Once I do that, I can press the paintbrush in the upper right hand column. Paintbrush is always format on the iPad. I've already changed it to currency, but I'm going to press this little I next to the currency in order to change the number of decimal places. For this column of numbers, let's just pretend I want no decimal places. I know it's $1,200 and no cents. There are a number of other options here. For example, separator. If I turn that on, hey, it gives me a comma. I like that, so I'm going to keep it that way. Next, notice that these down payments, as a decimal, they're already converted to percent, from percent to decimal. You would not want to change the format of these into a percentage. That would divide it by 100 again. That would be a big no-no and would change all your answers. So let's look at how to figure out the down payment for the first item. We are not going to just do some math here. Instead, what we're going to do is enter a formula. I know that the down payment is the decimal multiplied by the purchase price. In other words, I need to have 20% of $1,200. So what I'm going to do is double tap on that cell, getting me the input screen. Now I can put in whatever I want into that, but what I really want is using the equal sign next to the flashing cursor. I want to put in a formula. I'm going to press the formula, and the blinking cursor is now next to an equal sign. And what I want to do is I want to multiply the purchase price. So I'm going to tap on cell A2. And I want to multiply that by cell B2. And then I'm going to press the green check mark all the way to the right of that row. And lo and behold, it has done some arithmetic for me. Looking to the right, I can see that the monthly payment for this loan, after I've made my down payment of $240 for a total purchase price of $1,200, I've agreed to make a monthly payment of $97.01 for 1 year. Notice that the time in years is 1. But 1 year, I have to convert that to months. So in order to convert that number to months, of course, I'm just going to do 12 Where did times go? Oh, I didn't press the equal sign for formula. Pressing the equal sign for formula gets me the formula input screen. And what I want to make is 12 times the time in year. So I'm going to tap cell E2. Do you notice how E2 popped up there? Now I'm just going to press the green check mark. And now, of course, the time in months, 1 year, is 12 months. And the total of the monthly payments is going to be 12 times $97.01. But again, I don't want to do just the straight arithmetic. I want to make a formula. This is where the power of spreadsheets comes in. So I'm going to double tap under the total of monthly payments, and I'm going to switch it to a formula by pressing the equal sign. And here in cell G2, what I want is the time in months, which is cell F2, multiplied by the amount of each monthly payment. Green check mark. And then I've got the total of the monthly payments. To figure out what the finance charge is, I need to figure out how much I've actually paid for this item, whose original purchase price was $1,200. And the finance charge is the difference between how much I actually pay and what the original purchase price was. So let's figure out how much I actually pay. To double tap this to make a formula. Well, I originally paid $240. and then I added to that my 12 monthly payments of $97.01, the total of which is here in cell G2. So I'm going to press that. That's the total price that I paid. To figure out the finance charge, I then have to subtract what the item was originally purchased for. That's in cell A2. So I'm taking my down payment, adding the total monthly payments, but then subtracting off the purchase price, and that tells me the finance charge. How much extra did I pay for this by financing it? And the answer comes out to be $204. Since I purchased this item on credit, I paid an extra $204 for the privilege of buying it for credit. That's how you do the first part of this. Here's one more trick I'm going to show you. I am not going to I'm not going to go through and do each one of these cells one at a time. Instead, I'm going to use another thing that makes spreadsheets so powerful, the fill command. Notice that when I tap on one of these previously blank cells, one of the options I get is fill. I'm going to press that, and it gives me the ability to just drag that down. Now what I've got in this cell, I'm going to click off of that and then back on this 175. I'm going to double tap on that. Notice that there's a formula embedded in that already. Instead of the down payment being A2 times B2, this tells me that the formula is A3 times B3, which is exactly what I would want. So I'm going to press the green check mark again. I'm now going to let you